outdoor one and going on the tiki taxi and hitting that mini club in downtown Stuart tonight, if you're about it.
For sure. I'm just down south right now. I'm in Miami.
Oh shit, damn. Oh damn.
We headed back right now though.
Bet, bro. We'll be in downtown. So.
Alright, see you, bro.
Hey yo, how's it going? It's RJ Finesse. We're here with my boy Titus, the young and up-and-coming MMA fighter. We're here on the boardwalk in downtown Stuart tonight. We got the beautiful bridge lights behind us, and we're gonna get into how he started his MMA career and his up-and-coming fights and his last few fights, and how he persevered through that, and how it's really intertwined with his life, and how it's going to carry over into the future. So we've known each other the last few years, and we've really seen each other grow into the people we are today. So first of all, I want to get into and how you're getting prepared for that, and who you're fighting.
So September 2nd in Fort Myers. The opponent's kind of iffy right now. I'm going through something with my manager. It's looking like I'm going to be doing an extreme kickboxing match, which is a kickboxing match with 4-ounce MMA gloves against, I would somewhat say, a pretty good opponent, Tony D'Alicio. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll get into that more later.
And you were telling me you were doing MMA fights as well as a few boxing fights, and so what do you like more? Do you like the boxing more or the MMA fights more? What are you trying to get into in your future?
So I just feel like when I first started my fighting career, I've only been fighting for a year, and I've got about 6 fights underneath my belt. I had a boxing match for my first fight. I feel like because it's never good to just jump in there. You never just want to start MMA if you've never really fought really good strikers. So I did a few jiu-jitsu competitions, had my first boxing match. A few months later, I had my first kickboxing match, and then that's last year, November, I had my first MMA fight. I lost that, but I didn't let that stop me. I jumped right back in the gym, and now I'm on a 2-fight win streak, hoping to turn that into a 3-fight win streak coming in September.
For anybody trying to get into a fighting career, MMA or boxing, or anything in the athletic pursuit, what kind of advice can you give them to persevere and get over that initial fear and initial hump of getting into your first fight or your first game?
I honestly feel like if you'll know if you're putting in the work. You just got to go to the gym. You got to train. A lot of people think that a lot of the times you're training in the gym with everyone, but a lot of the hard work comes when you're training by yourself. And I hate to run, but I know I got to get up every morning to run and lift weights, and then I still got to hit my 2 to 3 sessions every day. So, at the end of the day, it's all about discipline and how much you want it. Because if you don't want it enough, someone else will come take it from you.
So basically what you're saying is if you're consistent and you do that over a long period of time, the discipline will come and it's going to bring you through that perseverance and get you through that initial stage.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. I've only really been training for about 2.5 years and fighting for 1, and I'm really good for the amount of time I've been training. And that's just because I've pretty much just worked hard, and I've barely skipped training. At one point I went an entire year without skipping a single day of training unless I was like sick or something or injured. But it just comes down to how much you want it, like I said, because discipline is everything, and the drive for it is everything.
And onto a slightly off topic, as somebody like myself who mainly is in the gym lifting weights, just going for lifting for numbers really. I know you hit the gym as well. I'm not sure how many days a week you're hitting the gym. How do you think gym strength carries over to actual fighting strength?
It honestly depends how you're working out. Most of my into the gym workouts that have to do with weights are I do full body strength conditioning. So every single day I go about 4 times a week, and I do this cycle where I do one set of exercises one day, and then the second set of exercises the next day, and the third set of exercises on the third day. And on the 4th day, I pretty much just do cardio. And then while I'm doing all that, I'm still in the gym, boxing training, wrestling training, jiu-jitsu training. So I think it carries over pretty well, just depending on how you're working out. Because if you're just working out based on looking good, but
training for aesthetics first for utility.
Exactly. Functional strength, like deadlifts and stuff like that.
As far as bodybuilders go, that's something they need to learn in the aspect of they should be training for actual utility and real world aspects besides just lifting for that weight. So
I honestly agree. I don't think a bodybuilder could be a high-level combat athlete just because it requires a lot of flexibility as well as being able to have strength. So if you're not able to do certain things or reach your arms a certain height,
Yeah,
it'll be really
established movements,
bro.
they're going to enable you to fight full capacity without being restricted.
I'm telling you, man. And there's a few guys that are professional in the UFC that look
Who's
really
your favorite in the UFC right now? Who are you gunning for? Who's your guy that you think is just a fucking savage?
Alexander Volkanovski for sure.
Yeah.
And that's my future weight class as my body matures and grows. I want to fight at 145 pounds, and I will be in the UFC. So, that's my dream fight is
Hell
fight
yeah.
against Alexander Volkanovski. He's the greatest right now at that weight class.
Man, it's a beautiful fucking night out here on the water, but we're gonna walk back down the board path and get to some restaurants, some clubs, and hit up that nightlife for y'all and get crazy. Shit, everybody hopping off the party boat right now. We might hop on that bitch later, but first, we're checking out the Club Lush. Well, you gotta D-Cow, we're gonna film you going dumb.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you already know. How far? What's the ETA, D-Cow?
15.
Oh, about 15. Hell yeah.
Yo.
That's good.
What's up, my boy?
Yeah, my boy D-Cut, enter the cut. You know how it be.
What's up, man?
Chilling, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
D-Cut.
sir.
How you been, my boy?
What's good, y'all? Man, D-Cut, I know you really don't believe in aliens or anything like that, but how can you deny the fact when the government just came out with the government statement saying that they have unidentified objects and they have DNA from out of this world they have obtained?
You want
And this is the official government coming out with this.
Yes. Well, who believes in the government?
I mean,
What's the government?
what do you think it is? A distraction?
I've got a
What? It is a distraction.
I've got a pretty valid input that kind of like tops what you said. If you think about it, yeah, they said they found unidentified objects.
You know
but
what I
what is
believe
an
in?
unidentified object?
I believe in the man upstairs, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I agree too. So, but like, listen to this. What is an unidentified
Yes,
object?
sir.
Like, is an aircraft from a country that we've never seen that type of aircraft before? Is that technically an unidentified object?
Is it?
And then
But
It's
what
true.
is it? And then
is it so far-fetched to say that another
Is it?
country has technology so advanced that we couldn't even comprehend or rebuild
No,
it?
we have technology that we can't comprehend. And we don't know about. So every other country.
You're saying
does.
that governments hide technology from us?
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
If Russia and China decide
Come
to go
on,
to
they've been
full-
working on
No,
that stuff forever.
I believe they do hide it from us. I'm
Russia
just
and
trying to
China
get that
decide to
insight.
go to full-fledged war with us and
Yeah.
invade, you will see. You'll see, bro. You'll see, because because America is so cocky that we'll fucking rather risk it all than lose a war. We'll fucking
I'm sure
destroy
there's all
America
types-
before
so
we lose a
we
war.
got our
of-
input on the aliens.
Yeah.
We got our input. Let's talk about a real situation.
America.
Well, since when have you heard of a fire in Hawaii?
Elaborate on that.
Crazy. I heard about that, but no one's covering.
So basically,
I'm not caught up on this stuff.
there's not really fires that happen in Hawaii. All of a sudden, here we go. A humongous fire, basically burning Maui down.
Really?
So what
Was
I
this
gotta say
recent?
about that?
Was this recent?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even see that. That's
and-
crazy.
Oh,
to think that
yeah.
it's
is
spoken in the Bible. It's
I'm gonna look
spoken
into it.
everywhere. So I know the Lord's coming back. You know it.
Are you talking about this was written?
This is written.
Oh, this was.
Not just Hawaii, but
So this
The
is a
instant.
prophecy that came true, is what you're
yes.
saying.
But
So,
also,
uh,
I read up on all the billionaires are trying to make it a smart island.
what do you mean by smart?
Wait, to this day?
Like, AI,
An AI island.
like a fucking smart island.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think they purposely set it on fire so they could rebuild into a smart island?
Probably. Bill Gates is so rich, it doesn't even matter.
That's
Dude, that goes back
Into
to what
the
I
deep
said.
end.
As long
That's
as you have
crazy.
money, you'll get anything done in this world, man.
anything you want. Anything you want.
Think about it
Facts.
realistically.
But the real truth is money's not happiness, but
No, of course not.
that's evil.
Cash is king, but money's not happiness.
Realistically, someone like Elon Musk could get more done than the actual president. If he just was like, yeah, let me put all my money into changing the world.
the things
Get a
that
lot
man
more
has
done.
accomplished and
Yeah, well, no.
and being able to run Tesla and build rockets at the same exact time with all the things he's doing, building tunnels. He's able to. Somebody like that should be president, but I really think
That's a real leader,
people who
in
get
my
in
opinion.
that position are politicians who are usually intertwined in corruption.
You know, and that's why I feel like all the Russians follow the Russian president so like keenly, you know, like closely, because you know they believe in him, you know, and he's done stuff for his country that, you know, that's like, oh shit, you know, like fuck.
Yeah,
And that's
like,
why I
this is
feel
the
like
dude
our
who's gonna get
president
things
should
done
be
and keep
someone
us
like, you know, I
strong-
feel like
strong.
more military veterans and more like people that contribute to society should run for president, because I honestly feel like they
the
do more than.
masculinity has been stripped of us in our society.
Yeah, I mean,
of a
I
whole.
agree.
They're trying to push, you know, all this shit to really make men soft and destroy our country from the inside out.
Yeah, no, I
And
mean,
destroy the family unit.
and
They're
I've
even
pretty
trying to
much just
change
come
our
to the
gender.
conclusion that, you know, because recently, you know, like I feel like with just like I said, social media earlier, it's just, you know, now there's more people to spread that more masculine image. Like you see all these influencers and you see people like Andrew Tate spreading
They're
all that
getting shut
masculine
down,
image.
canceled, sent to jail.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
They
yeah, I
don't-
mean,
they don't want that.
Yeah, they want to silence.
They
it,
don't
you know,
want that.
because
They don't want.
you gotta
They
think,
want woman empowerment.
in like
Yes,
the
I agree a little
1900s, which is like,
Women
you
do
know,
have
like
power, but
100 years ago, less than
Hell
100
yeah.
years ago, you know, men were more masculine. You know, like my father's time was more masculine than this time, and like his father's time was more masculine than my father's time. So it just kind of all goes in
They
there.
had to deal with more hardships, which made them a man that could handle
Yeah.
more hardships.
And that's why, you know, that's
Yeah.
why I see a lot of people like post all this stuff on social media. Oh, no one cares about men's mental health. And, you know, like I agree, but at the end of the day,
we have to do
no
what we gotta
one's
do
really
for our
ever
family.
cared.
Yeah.
Even like way back in the day, no one's ever really cared.
Yeah, back
you know?
in the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
I'd have a
People
tribe.
care
you'd
when
have
you're
a tribe.
successful.
You'd have
You
a
know-
tribe. We'd them kill each other to
All right.
take each other's.
People care when you're successful.
There's a fact out there. There's a fact. I forget really what it is, honestly, but it took men 58 years to get that. But I don't know what that is at the moment. I'm gonna have to do my research because I forgot. But it's something to do with.
Wait, you said what?
Women,
What?
hold on,
He's-
listen.
He's got
listen.
some knowledge on some
So-
stuff. but
Oh,
it's
you're
not
going
what
into
we're
something?
calling.
Nah, it happened way back in the 90s. Not in the 90s, the 1900s. Yeah, the 1900s. So basically, women got this law, right? And then 58 years later, men got the law. So it's like, it's fucked. It's always been.
Wait, the woman got the law first before the men?
Yes, you heard what I said.
I've never heard. I never heard of that.
Wait, what? What is it? What do you mean? Go into a little more
Bro.
depth with it. No,
I
I'm like
don't
interested to see.
remember. Let me look it
It
up.
was a law,
It's a
for the
law.
genders?
I'm pretty sure.
so a woman was privileged first. You're saying?
Yes.
I mean, even regardless of laws, women are more privileged. And I don't want to sound like
That's
that
not
kind
how
of
they
guy,
make it
but-
sound, though.
I mean,
You know?
just think
What
about
the
it
heck?
like this. 9 times out of 10, if a woman goes to court for, if a man goes to court for custody of his child and he's doing 100% better than what his ex-woman was, then, you know, even she'll get that child as long as she can just come up with one fucking thing he's ever done wrong. You know, and like I said, that comes down that, you know, no one really cares when you're doing super successfully. Especially when you are doing super successfully, they care on your downfall. And that's why I always tell people, you know, you always got to go, you got to go your hardest at everything. Because at the end of the day, you know, like, I don't, you know, I do everything I do for my family and for myself, you know, that because those are the people I'm trying to make proud. I don't care if the next person likes me or if anyone likes me, you know, like, as long as the money's coming in and I'm, you know, I'm producing positive results, that's all it's about. You know?
Yeah, that's really all that matters in life. As long as your family's doing good, you're doing good, and you wish the
Hell
best
yeah.
for others, then
Yo,
that's all that matters.
my entire fight, bro, there was a bunch of people that wanted to see me lose, bro. And And that when I won, not one of those people commented. I had like,
Such an unfortunate.
yeah,
thing, bro.
and it's okay because at the end of the day, I shut up 2.3 thousand people. You know, like
Yeah,
all those people
so-
couldn't say a thing after I won the fight because I won. If I would have lost, they would have been in my fucking ear.
You left
Yeah, it's
them
always nice when you
dumbfounded, bro.
overcome that and
You left them
whatever.
dumbfounded. You said what?
I said it's always nice when you prove everybody wrong when they've been down, you know, on the
Hell
come
yeah.
up.
Best feeling, right? Yes, sir.
Positively, I mean, that's why I feel like it's always good to do sports throughout your entire life unless you physically can't. Especially combat sports. I feel like every young man should get into combat sports, even if you don't want to take it far. It brings a lot of discipline, and I feel like a lot of people think, oh, he's a fighter, he's always angry, he always wants to fight. But I feel like I've never been more calm since I
Dude,
learned
I
how
don't
to
know
fight,
what the.
which is pretty wild when I tell people that. But you know, I feel like I've learned to control everything since I learned how to fight. Like as far as my
Yeah, it
emotions,
teaches that mental
I
discipline.
was talking with Kevin. I'm probably gonna get in there.
you should, bro.
Start learning the fight scene.
You should.
You know, I've been on my grind
It's
lately.
like a big
so-
family, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you're learning how to fight.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
turn your
much,
hands
bro.
into weapons.
Yeah, think
basically.
about it, bro. You're
I don't even
going-
gotta buy a gun at that
You're gonna
point.
spar. Well, no, it's
Nah,
always
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no.
It's always
I can
that
just
with
use
it.
my
Yeah,
fucking face.
yeah. Why do that when you can just hop
But
in the
then,
MMA ring
but then
and
the
smash
gun
somebody?
becomes. But then
Once
when you
you
know
learn,
how to
you know
defend
that
yourself
it's
with,
good.
It's the
with
society
your
you
actual
need one.
body.
That's
No,
why.
yeah, exactly.
Just for the
And now
society,
that they
bro.
passed the law,
When you
where
learn
you
how to
don't even-
defend yourself.
Yeah,
with your actual
exactly,
body,
You don't even
then
need
the
a
gun
you don't even need a
becomes-
license.
then
In
the gun
Florida, it's
becomes
crazy, y'all.
You know, like
Crazy in
when
Florida.
you know how to fight, like me, I feel like, you know, my first line of defense, if it's not a life or death situation, just someone trying to fight me, you know, I can defend myself, beat the shit out of them. But then, like, you know, having the gun is like, oh, okay, you know, this
At
guy
what
wants to
point
kill
are
me,
you
he has a
pulling the
knife.
gun out? Like at what point? What
Any
threshold?
knife, any weapon, any
Any-
weapon.
yeah,
is-
when they're
any-
coming
you
for
pick
your
up
life.
you pick up a rock, a brick, a stick.
yeah.
I'm pulling out the gun.
Yeah.
For sure. Because at the end of the
You don't
day,
want to
like,
risk your own
no,
life
fuck
on
no.
somebody else's
Fuck no.
actions.
fuck no. You know, I feel like that's how it's got to be, though. You know, and that's your right as an American. You know, it's like saying, you know, especially with a robber. If someone's trying to rob me, I'll probably pull out a gun too, just because it's like, you know, I can't let it. Like it's,
You probably think they might got one, bro.
Yeah,
if
for
you ask
sure. You
me.
know, and if I don't have a gun, I will give that person everything. You know, especially if they have
Yeah,
a knife.
that's the
A
smart.
knife,
That's-
because like
yes.
I'm actually more scared of getting stabbed than shot. You know, like because like fuck.
You're not dead
that
right
blade
away.
just ripping
Exactly.
and shredding through
You might
Exactly.
be dead soon, but not right away.
Yeah. And you're gonna feel every inch of
at
that
least
blade.
the gun's
Yes,
instant, the
bro.
knife is in,
Yeah.
and like
And,
dragging
then, and that's
out.
saying like, you know, like you
Oh,
probably
that
have
hurt.
maybe a higher no, I don't even think you have a higher survival chance if you get stabbed, bro.
It depends where
stabbed.
you get
If-
stabbed.
if
and
they
how
pull
big
it
the
out-
knife is, I guess.
Yeah, and if they pull it out or not.
If it's a big ass
wherever
knife,
wherever
you're
the
fucked.
knife is,
If it hit an artery, just know it, bro.
you're done.
Sorry to tell you.
I'm
But,
calling.
you
I'm
know-
calling my brother.
I honestly,
Yes,
having
bro.
them come
That's the option
through.
you could do.
I honestly feel like
Because, brother, that fight.
That paramedic.
What that paramedic?
That
Yes,
paramedic.
sir. He on that.
I even feel like sometimes most of the criminals, like in this day and age, it goes back to how we were saying how like just soft this generation is becoming. Just some of the somewhat criminals and like tough guys that everyone likes, like, oh, he's such a bad guy. It's just like really just nah. You know, like that.
Draco could go
I've-
in there and fucking kill him.
I've heard stories of like shit like
Young
my
Mike
dad
Tyson.
seen when he was younger growing up.
Yes,
It
sir.
puts people to
is.
shame these days. You know, like it's like, and like, you know, that's, I'm not saying, you know, that's a positive thing, because, you know, you should never lead a bad life. You should lead always a positive life instead of a positive role model for the people around you. But, you know, like it's like I feel like anyone's just doing anything to be cool these days. You know, anything to fit in.
It's not even about that.
They're not trying to
Facts.
staying true to themselves and trying to do what
Yeah,
they want
bro.
to do
You got little
and create
fucking.
their own path through life.
You got little Joshua that grew up in a fucking 2-story house with everything, you know, out here fucking toting pistols and fucking in the hood smoking weed and drinking, getting fucked up.
Some
off
don't
Hennessy.
add up.
Yeah,
Right.
like bro, you should, you know, like even me, like I always preach like my kids will always have a 100% better like upbringing. Like I'll make sure they get
Drug-free
everything they
household,
want.
all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Even when I
support that.
Even when I feel like when I have kids, I'll probably stop smoking weed as much as I do now, because I feel like, you know,
keep it to the extreme.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
stop in the
Yeah.
real near future.
I'll
It's
be,
just
I'll be
you know,
done
like-
by then.
like
definitely
all
a
my,
hard
like
process.
all my kids
100.
are, you know, all my kids are
Definitely
asleep,
be done.
or, you know, just got off work,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, hit the bong, I'm golden, you know. But it's like I feel like now I kind of like, you know, I'll like wake up, train, eat, smoke,
Nah, okay.
train,
Heard that?
smoke, train,
Yeah,
smoke.
okay, in the background, boy.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question, bro, and y'all gotta tell me, bro. Raise y'all hand if y'all go with the motherfucking Charger.
Over what?
How about that Charlie?
I'd rather go with that Charger over that Charger, to be honest.
How about that Escalade CTSV?
Nah.
Nah,
I'm definitely going with that Ram TRX.
that Ram
For
truck.
right now, but
You-
we don't know what's coming.
That
The
Ram
Ram
truck go
TRX.
crazy.
What if
I haven't
something
looked into
crazy
that.
comes out?
That
Huh?
Ram truck
I
go
haven't looked
crazy.
into the Ram TRX.
It's the Hellcat.
They're wild, bro. You gotta get it tuned to go a little faster.
Yeah,
Have you
we
guys
gotta
seen the
get
new
this one.
2024 Camaro? No. Insane, man.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I like the new Mustang, this new generation.
Yeah, I would love a ZL1 or even eventually go Andrew Tate mode, get a purple Bugatti.
Ooh, Andrew Tate.
I'd never spend that on a car.
It's insanely,
I'm saying
unreasonable.
I have so much money, I don't care.
I mean, I feel like
I had that-
even when I'm rich, the most I'm spending is like $75,000,
Dude,
and
I
that's a
don't-
nice,
Yeah.
that's a nice truck
Dude,
though.
I'm
Yeah.
humble.
75 grand is a nice
No,
truck.
I know a lot of actual millionaires and not like super
Bro,
personally
I'm
that
taking
just
care of
drive a
my
fucking
peoples at that
Toyota.
point.
If
And
anything,
they're
bro,
Yeah,
millionaires.
just drive a
if
shiesty.
I'm gonna
shiesty.
spend if I'm gonna spend $1 million on anything, it's gonna be a house or a fucking boat.
Yeah,
A boat would be so nice, just
that might be
But
justified.
but
obviously,
Yes.
I spend the $1 million on the house first
It's not
before I
actually
spend it on the
justified.
boat. But
Yeah,
even then,
100%
I don't think
be a
I'd spend
house.
$1 million on a house because that's like a lot of shit you got to pay off. You just
You got
regular house.
insurances and everything with it. Your
Bro,
mortgage, your this,
bro,
your that,
I
blah,
grew up
blah,
in
blah.
such a humble beginning that I just
Oh yeah.
I grew up in such a
Dude,
humble
The
such a
first
humble.
thing dude, basically I'm to the point where if I have millions in my bank account, I've taken care of my family. Dude, I'm basically giving back to that point. Finding every homeless person I can, just throwing them cash.
I mean, I always give
You,
homeless
like
people
be
money.
on, like you really would, Deca.
Bro,
Y'all
come
hear
on.
that? You really would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all hear
100%.
that
If
shit?
any single one
Yes,
of the
sir.
boys ever comes up, then the whole squad really comes up for life.
I like
That's
that
how it is, no
community
matter what, the whole
I mean,
family.
teamwork.
I honestly
Okay.
feel like
Everybody that was there from the day one.
Yes, sir.
if I've got the
That's
money
like
in my
keeping it
wallet,
real.
I always give the money to homeless people, no problem. I don't, because I don't see why not. I don't really have to second guess it. I don't really give it a, I don't give it a thought.
yeah.
I kind of just do it.
Nah, I'm good.
When you be seeing them like by a sign,
Yeah.
or
like,
light
even-
or something like that.
Even like sometimes they'll walk up to me and ask, and I'll just be like, "Yeah, bro, I'll give." Like this one dude walked up, and he was like, he's like, "You got 75 cents," and I gave his ass $5, and I was like, "All right, man, here you go." He asked me for 75 cents, and got $5.
most likely made it half of his day, bro.
Yeah.
Like you made his
Yeah,
day.
you want that RT, man.
That RT.
Yeah,
I'm waiting
yeah,
for it, bro.
yes, sir.
Y'all see that?
Hey, what y'all podcast is?
The Finesse pod.
It's all y'all? You the cameraman? He's cameraman.
He's the producer.
You already gotta show love to the cameraman. Oh yeah. This y'all prize position right here, bro.
That's black, bro.
Cameraman ain't living us. At the biggest pro show in Florida. And I ain't ducking nobody. I don't care. We can do it at 25, 35, 45. It is what it is. I show up and I take names.
That's right. Titus Jones, you heard it here first. The fucking cowboy, rising warrior, baby.
Get right to it. Jones landing crispy right hands in the middle. Ramboni flurrying on the return, ducking on under and letting the body fly.